I have to make sure that I'm swallowing in just the right way. That's how I'm going to get rid of this sensorimotor OCD. Or there must be a right number of times to blink per minute. So if I just kind of figure out what that is, then I can kind of get my blinking to go back to normal. Or if I breathe in just the right way, if I find the right kind of meditative way to breathe perhaps, or if I breathe a certain number of breaths per minute, that's going to make this sensorimotor OCD awareness just disappear, just melt away. If I just think about this enough, I can solve this. Of course, this is something that so many people with sensorimotor OCD get trapped in. And I was really dealing with this myself a lot over the years when I was really struggling with it. We tell ourselves that there's a right way of doing things, that actually what's happened is we've kind of forgotten the right way of doing things. And we just need to find that again. We need to practice in the right way. We need to find just the right solution or the right way of doing it. And once we've done that, well, it's going to be better again. The sensorimotor OCD is gonna disappear. Actually, all we're really doing by doing this is performing sneaky compulsions. And sensorimotor OCD is so good at doing this. It convinces us that, there's something wrong with the way that we're doing these things, that, something's changed. Before we struggled with this, we had a different way of doing it. And now, because the sensorimotor OCD's come in, it's changed something. And perhaps the way out of that is to control it, to do it slightly differently. And if we find that just right way of doing it, the awareness is going to disappear again. The anxiety is going to go away. And we're going to feel better. So if I just figure this out, it's all going to go. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to move past sensorimotor OCD. And you can find yourself Googling it. You can find yourself looking at ChatGPT. Maybe you go onto different medical websites looking at what is the right way to swallow. How many times should I swallow a minute? How much saliva should I have in my mouth? How many times should I be blinking? Maybe you record yourself blinking and you look at how many times am I blinking? Same thing with breathing. This stuff is endless. These are endless rabbit holes. And it's a very confusing place to find yourself because, of course, all you're really doing is you're looking for certainty. You're looking for the perfect answer, the thing that's really going to make the sensorimotor OCD just go away. It's going to make that awareness go away. And unfortunately, these techniques, these things, they're not going to work. They never work because really what they are compulsions. They're just feeding the OCD. And if you're struggling with sensorimotor OCD, I do now have a specific program for this. It's structured, it's based on my own personal experiences with sensorimotor OCD and many years of working with people with this. It includes 12 weekly coaching sessions, as well as videos, worksheets, and meditations to really help you to learn how to break free from sensorimotor OCD. If you're interested in doing that, you can get a free discovery call with me by heading over to my website, robertjamescoaching.com. There's a link in the show notes. And now on with the rest of the episode. So what do we have to do instead? Well, what you need to do is you need to allow your body to do these natural things naturally again. There isn't a exact way of doing any of these things in the right way. There's only the way that you do it. And however you do it naturally is actually just how you do it. And it's fine if you do it like that. You don't have to do it in a specific way. That's just the OCD trying to ensnare you in its trap. And so the next time that your mind is telling you, oh, you need to be doing it like this, or you need to be doing it like that, or you need to research it, or you need to go onto Google, remind yourself this is just part of the rumination process. This is just part of a compulsive cycle that's trying to get you stuck. And the important thing is just to remind yourself, I need to let go of that and do my best to come back into the present moment and to focus on what I'm doing right now. Because when you do that and you just say, however I blink, however I swallow, however I breathe is okay. I'm going to try to allow myself as much as possible to do that naturally. Now you might counter with, but I'm so fixated on it, I can't do it naturally anymore. And of course, if you've been thinking about it for a long time and struggling with it, that might be the case right now. But it doesn't mean it's always going to be like that. The more that you're willing, to try your best to focus on the present and to allow that awareness to be there in the background and to just try to get on as best you can anyway. And to remind yourself that however you're swallowing, however you're doing these things in this moment, it's just how you're doing them, and that is actually okay. As you start to kind of work on that over time, your swallowing does begin to kind of go back to normal. You realize that you didn't need to be doing it in a special kind of way. You didn't need to measure or notice how much saliva you have, or how many times you should swallow, or what the exact mechanism should be like. You let go of all of that, and you recognize that your body already knows how to do these things. When we get out of our own way, by coming more into the present moment and focusing on other things, your body begins to take over, and it does these things for you more naturally again. So there we go, guys. I really hope that you found that helpful. If you have any questions at all, please do let me know. And remember, I do offer a free discovery call. To get that, you can head over to my website, robertjamescoaching.com. There's a link in the show notes. Many thanks, and I'll see you next time. This video is for education only. It's not therapy or medical advice. If you're struggling, please speak with a licensed mental health professional.